X was with it, Ja was with it.
Jay wasn't with it.
I tried 2 times to make that album happen. X was with it, Ja was with it.
Why do you think Jay didn't want to be
This is just my opinion. Just my opinion. I don't think Jay wanted to get in that room with X and Ja. It was not.
One more than the other, or
Listen, no,
both?
No, both. Jay is a very smart person. He's gonna do an album with R. Kelly. R. Kelly worships Jay-Z. Worships him.
And Kanye West.
Kanye West worships Jay-Z.
And Jay Electronica.
They all worshipped him. X and Ja don't worship Jay-Z. You're my man, but when that beat comes on, you're not above me getting at you. And that's what I do not feel Jay wanted to deal with. He didn't want to deal with... You know, I'm saying they would come at each other subliminally. So it wasn't a direct hit where they're gonna say your name and thing, but they coming at you. So do I want to make a whole album with these coming at me? And if I'm Jay-Z, there's a slight chance that, what is it gonna say? I'm not the nicest.
That's what
Right.
It's not worth it.
Where's my win?
Right.
The only thing I'm seeing with this is potential loss. With now people are saying, these is better than you.
Cat Williams just shook the whole internet when he dropped shocking claims about Beyoncé helping Jay-Z cover up what really went down with DMX. According to Cat, X never bowed down to Jay for free, and that's exactly why Jay blackballed him. He couldn't control DMX like he controlled other rappers, and that drove Jay wild. Cat says he witnessed everything and even linked with X at the time because he knew what it felt like to be punished and pushed out of the game for refusing to play along. From there, DMX's career spiraled right after Jay slid into power at Def Jam. Even Irv Gotti, once Jay's closest ally, hinted it wasn't just bad luck. He flat out suggested Jay torched X's career on purpose. The sabotage was so heavy, it forced X into survival mode, battling demons just to keep going. Remember, before the fame, Jay and DMX were actually cool, even friends, but envy flipped that bond into destruction. When Jay grabbed the Def Jam throne, he allegedly tore down DMX's empire brick by brick. And this wasn't just anybody. DMX had 5 straight #1 albums on the Billboard 200, running the charts like a king. But the second Jay got power, everything collapsed.
Everybody knows you've had battles with throughout the years.
Yeah.
So at the time, they were saying that, you know, you was on drugs. That's why they didn't want to invest in you.
Right. They already invested. What you mean they didn't want to invest? They already invested. Like I said, the album was recorded, shot the video, you mean everything. That was just some bullshit. You know what that was.
Do you ever feel
Let's
like
get
people,
rid of the competition.
Do you ever feel like people at the label didn't do enough for you when they could tell that you really needed help? Or do you think that you were too far gone?
No, I was never too far gone. I mean, it just, all I needed was just do me like you do everybody else. You know, you don't sit there and you know, speculate about this and think about this and assume this. Just do me like you do everybody else, and it's gonna be all right, man. You know what I mean? But that never happened.
So I think with DMX too, you never, Def Jam, I feel, never put a lot into DMX. It was always the groundwork with DMX.
DMX himself didn't stay quiet either. He dragged Jay during a radio interview, accusing him of abusing his position at Def Jam just to wreck his career.
What happened was, I had the crazy track record at Def Jam, everything was good. You know, I go to do the 6th album.
Jay-Z
Somebody
became
else takes
president.
over. Yeah. When he first got the job, he hit me with the call like, yo, dog, MH is running the building like, yo, you good. Finish the album, shoot the video. So what happened? Let's go on vacation and, you know, we don't know. What you mean you don't know? How do you listen to a whole album, pick a single, shoot a video, then don't know? Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition. You know, because at first you retire, then get me off the label, now you're back rapping again. Okay. It's all good.
The shots were loud, and the tension was real.
I was like, we got to sign DMX, and they laughed at me. I remember when I left the office, Tina Davis said, she knew what I wanted to sign DMX. She said, DMX don't sell, your ass is fired. Jay and Dame did not believe in DMX. Jay would be like, you think he's better than me? And I'd be like, he's nice just like you. I said, if you look in the hood, there's less of like you and more like him. Yeah, but he don't want to live that. He's depressing, Gotti. And I said, I don't give a. So Jay used to watch me grind with X, and he was off with the Hitman. And then something strange happened when I made Get At Me.
Remember when Irv Gotti straight up exposed Jay-Z, his old best friend? Back in the day, Jay, Ja Rule, and DMX were supposed to drop a joint album, but Irv swears Jay's jealousy wrecked the whole project. Why? Because every track they recorded, X outshined him, and Jay couldn't take the fact that DMX bodied him bar for bar. That so-called partnership quickly turned messy. Irv even said the three of them did complete an album, but Jay refused to let it see daylight because he couldn't handle X stealing the spotlight. And while the world only got a few collabs, whispers say X and Jay kept clashing behind the scenes right up until X's final days. But here's where it gets even wilder. Irv hinted that Beyoncé knew exactly what Jay did to X, but stayed quiet to protect him.
X was with it, Ja was with it.
Jay wasn't with it.
I tried 2 times to make that album happen. X was with it, Ja was with it.
Why you think Jay didn't want to be?
This is just my opinion. Just my opinion. I don't think Jay wanted to get in that room with X and Ja. It was not.
One more than the other, or
no,
both?
No, both. Jay is a very smart person. He's gonna do an album with R. Kelly. R. Kelly worships Jay-Z. Worships him.
And Kanye West.
Kanye West worships Jay-Z.
And Jay Electronica.
They all worshipped him. X and Ja don't worship Jay-Z. You're my man, but when that beat comes on, you're not above me getting at you. And that's what I do not feel Jay wanted to deal with. He didn't want to deal with. You know, I'm saying they would come at each other subliminally. So it wasn't a direct hit where they're gonna say your name and thing, but they coming at you. So do I want to make a whole album with these coming at me? And if I'm Jay-Z, there's a slight chance that, what is it gonna say, I'm not the nicest?
That's what
Right. It's not worth it.
Where's my win?
Right.
The only thing I'm seeing with this is potential loss. But now people are saying, these is better than you.
The claim, Jay moved on, X out of envy, and Bey turned a blind eye to shield her husband's empire. And that's not all. Rumors swirl that Jay helped Beyoncé cover up some dark skeletons tied to her name. Shocking stuff. Jaguar Wright even accused the power couple of holding people captive in their home like some twisted secret no one was supposed to find out. These allegations keep painting their empire in darker shades, and the streets can't stop talking about it. Jaguar Wright even went so far as to accuse Jay-Z and Beyoncé of being tied to the death of Jay's pregnant lover, Kathy White, the same woman who was linked to Aaliyah before. That accusation sent shockwaves because it connected 2 of the biggest names in music to a tragedy that still leaves people unsettled.
Publicly, Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail. Get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society for decades. It must stop.
Now here's the chilling part. Some believe Beyoncé may have confessed in her song, Daughter. Fans point to lyrics where she describes in haunting detail cleaning up a scene with Jay and even a bathroom attendant. Lines like, "Your body laid out on these filthy floorboards. Your blood smeared my custom gowns." It's too eerie to ignore. The track continues with disturbing imagery. "I tore your dress, and now you're black and blue." See what I accomplished? As a result of you listeners swear, it sounds like a hidden confession wrapped in melody. Officially, Kathy's death was ruled a brain aneurysm by the pathologist, but Jaguar insists Beyoncé and Jay were involved. According to her, Jay only moved on Kathy because Beyoncé caught wind of the affair.
Taking her fairly. She actually died screaming, and the Carters are responsible. But one of them is just a little more responsible than the other. Question is, did Sean Carter delete his mistress, his pregnant mistress, because his wife was jealous? Or could it be possible that maybe his wife's temper is just a little worse than most people think? And maybe he just had to clean it up to protect the brand, see? I mean, I'm just speculating.
And if he didn't handle it, she was ready to take matters into her own hands. That allegation flips the story into something straight out of a dark thriller. When Jay finally circled back to DMX, the pressure around him was so hot that he had no choice but to face it head on. Cat Williams even revealed that Jay told X they were still in love, despite all the chaos between them, and that they thought the whole thing was some kind of joke.
For the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got in the bathroom, and that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with. Cat Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, if we talking about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy, right, where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves and is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? 35 members of the cast and crew have never brought up that Ricky Smiley was gonna play Money Mike. No one ever saw me put on a Santa Claus suit. We got a wardrobe department. They made a Santa Claus suit for me. Why that wasn't in the bloopers? All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. Any of them, all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. People want to know, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah,
oh, because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you would tell it.
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that, I value that, I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. They all know it. Why? Because they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my in front of all my people at my agents.
Cat wasn't laughing though. He said he flat out refused to film certain scenes, telling Ice Cube and the producers that the script was garbage and disrespectful. Cat explained that the pushback made him look like he was difficult, and it was risky since it was his very first movie role. But standing his ground came with a cost. The company tried to ice out both him and DMX. Once they realized they wouldn't play along with the game, Cat survived that storm. But DMX didn't. That's why Cat has been so outspoken, calling out Beyoncé for allegedly hiding what really happened to X. According to him, the truth about DMX's death won't ever be uncovered unless Beyoncé herself decides to speak. Fans, of course, have their own take. One person said, DMX was never scared of Diddy or Jay-Z. He said it plenty of times, even in interviews when he exposed the industry. Another added, X wasn't just a rapper. He was a poet, a legend, and that voice, nobody will ever match it. But now the question is, what do you believe really went down with DMX? So what's your take on all this? Do you believe Beyoncé is really hiding the truth about DMX's death? And was Jay-Z the one pulling strings behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I need to hear what you think. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you on the next one.